morning, Red Devils. I'm Daisy.
I'm Vanessa.
And this is your
Red Devils Review.
Sweetest pie. I might take you home with us. I might give you all of it. Come get your clothes up. The sweetest pie. Ooh, that's the ride of your life. Hold on, cause baby, I might just give you a bite.
Good morning, Red Devils. My name is David Zhang, your ASB president. Please stand and join me for the pledge. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may now be seated.
Today is going to be a JV football game
At Montgomery
at 3:30.
to 5:30.
So make sure you go and support your fellow Red Devils. Today there's going to be a novice
JV
and varsity
volleyball game
versus Castle Park High School.
at Sweetwater.
So make sure you go and support your fellow Red Devils. It's at 4 to 7. Future Marines!
We're calling you.
The Marine recruiters are coming today at lunch. So make sure you get your pizza and get your Marine on.
Everyone standing here represents the eligible voters in the United States. That's people who are 18 years old and who are citizens of the United States. Half the class is holding a number 1 or a number 2. If you're holding a number 2, please sit down. Everyone who sat represents all the young people in the United States who never registered to vote. They will not be able to vote this November 8th. Half the class is now holding a number 1 or a 2. If you're holding a number 2, please sit down. Everyone who sat this time represents all the young people who are registered to vote but chose not to vote. The people who are left standing are the ones who registered to vote and showed up to vote. This exercise represents voting in a presidential election year. In a year when only congressional representatives, state and local candidates are running, a midterm year, the number of people still standing would be even fewer.
Hello, I'm Perez Hilton. Did you know that more people in the United States check their Facebook and watch the Super Bowl than exercise their right to vote? We've got some serious issues to deal with. So how come so many of us don't even bother to vote? Is it because we don't care? Or maybe it's because we don't know our history.
So let's go back, way back. Our country's first election came after fighting for our independence, a fight that cost many lives, but it was worth it because instead of being ruled by a king, we were finally able to make our own laws.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Dumas. I teach AP US History and Ethnic Studies here at Bonita Vista, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the N-word because we have a huge problem on this campus with the N-word. I'm also the advisor for the Black Student Union, and every year we have a meeting with the Black Student Union where I have students in my classroom, black students, telling me how hurt they are, how much pain they experience when they hear the N-word just being used so freely around campus, particularly by non-black people. And so I think that there's a lot of things that you just don't understand about the N-word that I'm gonna try to set straight for you. Now I know you're using it because you wanna be cool and you think it makes you sound cool. And you think, oh, well, I say it with an A, not an ER, so I'm saying it in the cool way. But there's really no difference between those two words. It's the same word. And really, the history of that word is such that when this society was being built, this extremely racialized society that we live in, right? And that's what we live in. That's what we recognize about each other. We categorize each other by race, even though scientifically, biologically, race doesn't exist. We live in a society in which race does exist and has meaning. And so when they're creating this racialized society, right, they did so because they were enslaving people from Africa and their descendants. And so that institution of slavery and all that's included in that, which you're familiar with, the whippings and rapes and the selling of children from their mother's arms, that brutal crime against humanity stretched for hundreds of years, right? And so in order to make themselves feel justified in doing that to an entire group of people, they had to dehumanize them. And so they created a word to help them do that, right? That N word. And so it didn't matter who they were speaking to or about, right? It's gender neutral. For men and women, for old people and young people. If you were African or African descended, then you were an N-word. And that's what they said over and over and over and over again to strip the people that they were talking about of their humanity. So no longer were they brothers, mothers, teachers, farmers. They were just N-words. N-word, 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 over and over until they began to internalize that. Over a course of centuries, a internalized self-hatred and oppression grew inside of a lot of many African and African descended people, so much so, of course, that they start using that word against each other, calling each other the N-word. And they began calling their children the N-word. Now, part of that is a manifestation of that internal hatred, but another part of that is to protect the child.
Hey, what's up, Red Devils? Just a reminder, today, after school, is SD Nights. They're bringing in a rock wall, they're bringing in the game truck, or possibly some like Fear Factor stuff. So come see us after school, sign in with us, sign in with SD Nights. Let's have some fun. I'll see you after school. Bye.
Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Jade.
And we're from the Mock Trial Club. Right now we're doing a case about robbery.
And it's every Tuesday in Mr. Esperon's room from 3:45 to 5. And next week, there'll be a video coming out with more information, so stay tuned for that. And make sure to catch us at Mock Trial.
Hello, Red Devils. I just want to let you guys know that Pep Club is having their first meeting today at lunch in room 904. So if you're interested in having fun events throughout the year, promoting school spirit, and decorating the campus during the holidays, please attend to get more information. So hope to see you guys there.
Hey, seniors, it's Miss Elam. Just a heads up and reminder that there will be an informational session on Friday night at 6 p.m. via Zoom regarding the CU scholarship for this year. This year is engineering. Next year, juniors, it will be business. And there's a ton of information out there. Scan to sign up. It's a full ride scholarship to Boulder. Keep in mind that engineering has all kinds of things. There's a lot of computer science options in the engineering program at Boulder that you can check out. If you go to CU Boulder's website, look at their engineering options. You can come by and see me. I'm a CU alum. We have multiple people who are around who know about the scholarship and have had former students who have gotten the scholarship. Basically worth about $250,000, and it's one of the top engineering programs in the nation. So I highly encourage you to apply. In order to get the scholarship, you do have to be first gen. First gen for this counts for your parents cannot have attended college in the United States. So that's what will count as first gen. You should be in the top 10% of your class. You should be enrolled in or have completed AP Calc and be in or have completed at least 3 other AP classes. Boulder is super competitive to get into, but it is absolutely worth it. And the scholarship really makes it possible to have an amazing college experience without going into any debt whatsoever. They pay for your flights back and forth to Boulder, help you with a clothing allowance, all those things, since most of you don't have clothes for snowy days. So I encourage you to check it out. One of our former students will be there in the Zoom to answer your questions about what it's like to be there. and give you more information. If you want to know anything else, feel free to stop by room 304 or talk to your counselors if you want more information. Thanks. Have a great day.